Hey, great day, Rogue 420 fans. It's Carlos, aka CJ. Hopefully, everyone's having a great day today. Very excited to be doing another Rogue 420 interview. And today's guest is Steven Steineck with Clouds by Design. And before I forget, jump over, if you have not done so yet, jump over to Twitter where you can follow all the work we do at Rogue 420, which is at Rogue_420. We also have a Facebook page as well. And then for the up-to-date best information that relates to everything hemp, cannabis, whether it's investment or education research, make sure to go over to rogue420.net and bookmark that. Please bookmark that and save that as well. So very excited today to be joined by Steve Steineck, again, who's the founder, creator of Clouds by Design. So Steve, welcome to Rogue 420.
Hi, Carlos. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. And just so everyone has a little bit of background information, Steven and I not only are business partner, we're friends. A lot of respect for what he does. Just very talented individual and everything that he brings to the table. And when he started running the idea of Clouds by Design, I'm like, let's talk about what's going to be. So Steve, what gave you the idea of Clouds by Design, and what exactly is it?
Well, Clouds by Design primarily focuses on vapes. It also does sublinguals and tinctures. The reason why we wanted to do that is because we wanted the quickest way to get the CBD or hemp extracts into your body. So that was the quickest way. So.
Yeah, and again, just it started out as CBD related, which a lot of people have found a lot of benefit from, and then the idea came around in regards to Delta 8, and exactly the laws and everything associated were favorable in a lot of states. So for our listeners, why don't you share a little bit around the recent product that you just launched, Delta 8?
Sure. So Delta 8 is molecularly the similar structure to Delta 9. The bond is in the 8th place instead of the 9th place, which Delta 9 is most commonly associated with cannabis. I know the reason why we went to this, it's a CBD isomer. So a lot of people were saying that they didn't feel enough with CBD. So this is kind of the middle ground in between CBD and Delta 9. So it's a good in between, just to give them the euphoric feeling that they would normally get with Delta 9, with a lot of the benefits that they would have gotten with CBD.
Yeah, and and again, it's most people, I get the question asked all the time. Well, how is Delta 8 different than Delta 9, and more importantly, why is it legal in 38 states? Could you break that down for us?
Sure. So the similarities and differences between Delta 8 and Delta 9 are you get the euphoric feeling you would from Delta 9. It's not as intense, and it doesn't last as long. So a lot of people attribute it to like a light weed, so to speak. And you don't get a lot of people don't get the paranoia or the anxiety effects that come along with it, and they don't get the cloudiness in their mind that also comes along with Delta 9. So a lot of people use Delta 8 as like during the daytime. It gets them motivated. It gives them energy. It's like a sativa, Now, to address your question with the legality of it, with the hemp bill came along, it says that all hemp derivatives are legal. So this is 100% hemp derived. If someone is trying to sell one that is not, that is synthetically made, it is definitely illegal. According to the DEA, Delta 9 THC and all synthetic forms of THC are illegal. Ours is 100% hemp derived. It's actually how they get that is through CBD. It's like I said before, it's an isomer of CBD. So.
Yeah, I think, and again, my personal opinion, it's a great product, and I do have a little bit of a THC intolerance, and as far as THC Delta 9, it does give me some of the jitters, a little of the paranoia about it. But whenever we started sampling, and with the Delta 8, it was a completely different experience, and right away it was like probably one of the quickest turnarounds in terms of product research and development. You turned it real quickly, so I believe there's 2 different flavors, but you're also coming up with some other ideas. So what products are currently are in the offering?
Sure. So right now we have the Pineapple Express. This is our Delta 8 series. And we also have the Blueberry Afgoo. Now, we are coming up with more flavors. We have those in the pipelines as we work. But the Blueberry Afgoo, it has a very earthy and piney aroma with a blueberry overtone, and it has like almost a sweet finish. Not like sweet like candy, but just sweeter that you would get in most vapes. And with the Pineapple Express, it is what are the parent strains of this one are Trainwreck and Hawaiian. This one smells a lot like fresh apples and mangoes, and it has a taste of pineapple, pine, and cedar to it. So
awesome. Yeah, and it seems like a lot lately the questions have been coming about as far as, hey, you know what? Let's face it. Through these times of COVID, there has been a lot of additional stress, anxiety.
Oh, yeah.
You look at, like, for example, where like alcohol sales right now are like off the chart, which is kind of worrisome, because we don't know if we're going to in the future have like a whole potential epidemic of alcoholics or whatever. How it affects things, and so I think in terms of finding products and solutions to help people with their either stress or anxiety, things of that nature, I think it's a great item to leverage and to have versus some of the other things. I mean, let's face it. Right now, I see a post you see a post almost every other day in regards to somebody that either depressed or anxiety.
Oh, yeah.
Through all the struggle, and so hats off in terms of creating some solutions to really help people.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's one thing that I saw too. So many of the people I knew, and myself included, has to deal with a level of anxiety and stress and depression every day right now. So this is something that helps a lot of people. And hopefully, I mean, we wanted to get it out there and offer it to be able to help people, and especially in states that cannabis is not legal yet. So.
Yeah, exactly. And I guess a few years ago, maybe less than a year ago, we had the entire vape scare that came around with some primarily black market products that were people using the wrong ingredients, and it really gave vaping in general kind of a bad name, right? It was like the Reagan era of don't use drugs, just say no to drugs, and
right.
And we look at the billions of dollars that have been spent on the failed drug wars, and I'm not going to go all political and all that kind of stuff because there's no need to, but obviously there was something broken here versus a God-given plant to all of us in hemp and the many different things are available. So can you kind of walk through in terms of how does one use your product and why vape is beneficial versus some ingesting or eating something? Can you walk through for our listeners? So we've had a lot of questions. We've had a lot of emails and questions from people that listen to our Rogue show saying, hey, how do I use your product? How do I get it? And just so many inquiries. We thought it was best to jump into a live stream and discuss it. So go for it.
Sure. Well, to use our product, you would you have to do the child safety. It's certified child resistant. When you open it up, you get a 1 gram cart that's in there. You would take it out, and it's a 510 thread cart. What the 510 thread refers to, let me remove this.
No, take your time. Take your time.
It just refers to the thread. It's the 510 thread. It is the most common that we have here in the United States. I don't know about the rest of the world, but I know here, this is anytime you go to get a battery that takes a cartridge, it is a 510 thread almost every time. And what you do, you take that out, or if you have a battery or a pin that takes cartridges, you take that out and you just screw that into it, and then you're ready to go. Some of them have where you can just draw on it and it starts right away. Some of them have where, like mine, has a button that you have to press in order to pull from it. Mine is magnetic, so it has this extra adapter that you just screw onto the threads, and then it just clicks in like a magnet in there. And it's to prevent like the cartridge from being over tightened in it and breaking or anything. So it just keeps the battery safer.
Yeah, I'll admit when I first started, leveraging and utilizing vape products, because obviously I had a need during the time period when I had an injury and I had some pain flare-ups, during that time period. And sometimes when you ingest something, it's no different than using, an ibuprofen or something of that nature, where it just takes a little bit of extra time to get into the system. So in terms of the delivery mechanism, can you walk through in terms of the difference between, ingestion and vaping the product? What?
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, hit my camera. So as a lot of people know, when you ingest something, it takes a lot longer to be effective because it has to be processed or broke down and used by your system. Has to be your liver has to break it down so your body can use it. Well, the oral bioavailability of anything like that is around 15%. It has a window. 15% is kind of in the middle of that window. Now, vaping, the bioavailability is about 65%. So that's just how much your body is able to use and absorb into your system. So with vaping, it's more instantaneous as well, has a higher bioavailability, I guess more bang for your buck, if you will. And that's one reason why we wanted to go with that too. We wanted to give people multiple options and delivery mechanisms. It's easier to carry one of these around in your pocket as opposed to like a bunch of chocolates or gummies and just pop those throughout the day,
Oh yeah, and you can definitely sense a difference. And I know, again, I'm going back to it in terms of the vaping needs, and I was a little intimidated by the first one because I've never used it before, but now it's been less than like 6 months and I feel like a pro, like I went through it. And what I'll do is occasionally of an evening versus fixing a Jack and Coke or grabbing some of my tequila. It's probably healthier for me to leverage it that way. So that's why I do it, because I have a little bit more of relief from it at the end of a long day, a lot of stress, whatever. Just so many different reasons. So Steve, congratulations on your new product. How can one purchase the Clouds by Design Delta 8?
Sure. You can go to cloudsbydesign.net. I'm also going to be offering a coupon code for your listeners. It's going to be 20% off with the coupon code ROGUE420. If you go there, just follow the link, go into the shop. You can buy it there. Also, my CBD edible is also carrying the product as well. So you can go to mycbdedible.com and purchase it there. Now, the coupon code won't be valid there. It'll just be valid on the cloudsbydesign.net. So just be aware of that. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Any closing thoughts, Steve, or how, what are the social media handles for Clouds, or how people can directly connect with you?
Sure. So I guess some of my closing thoughts is these will be in the stores right after the holiday season. You can connect with us on social media. We are at facebook.com/clouds by design. We're also on Instagram at instagram.com/clouds_by_design. If you can't remember all that, you could just go to cloudsbydesign.net. There's a social media link all the way down at the bottom. And that's how you can find us. If you have any questions, there's a contact us on there as well on the Clouds by Design site. You can ask any question. We will answer it to the best of our knowledge.
Yeah, absolutely. And if anyone tuning in is interested in wholesaling, it looks like you're going to start looking for different parts of the country. I believe, Steve, correct me if I'm wrong, but there's 38 states that are currently legal for the Delta 8. So for the YouTube sensors or anything, that we're not doing anything illegal here. This is completely legal in 38 states. Those states,
it's legal in it's federally legal across the country. 100% federally legal. But it is leave the decision up to the state, and any state that CBD is illegal, then also this is illegal as well. Just check with your state laws first, no matter what. It is something that states are changing every day, whether it's cannabis or hemp-derived products. So you just have to make sure with that. So
yeah, and in particular, those states that passed the farm bill that have instituted their own hemp programs in the state, those were the ones primarily at the forefront. So yeah, so great information. We discussed a lot, and again, want to thank the Rogue listeners. Several purchases already coming through from people that are helping support the Rogue Network, and how we're building this out is by creating products, coming up with solutions to help people, and appreciate the partnership with Clouds by Design. So Steve, thank you for a fabulous discussion today. Yep, absolutely. And again, for those tuning in, don't forget to obviously subscribe. I want to welcome all the new Rogue subscribers. And then also for Rogue 420 content, there is a playlist specifically on Rogue on YouTube. And then you can follow us on Twitter, as well as bookmark rogue420.net. So Steve, thank you for a great conversation, and let's do this again soon.
Yeah, thanks everyone.
Thanks.